Grace was born in 2003. Leon gets stuck in The Last of Us. Is he surviving? Resident Evil Outbreak. Resident Evil Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem on PS5. Resident Evil Requiem on PC. Am I still in your phone as cool grandpa? Of course you are. Why? Just checking. Those little yellow guys are me. Grace's first hour, final boss. Do you want the Requiem? I'll give you a Requiem. Leon in RE9 Grace. Sherry in RE9. Ada, Claire Jill, probably Chris. Leon sees a clicker. Leon, you don't seem like a fun guy. Proceeds to suplex. Leon, but maybe you're staring to grow on me. Leon gets stuck in The Last of Us. Is he surviving? Leak. The upcoming Resident Evil Requiem DLC will focus on John Marston from Red Dead Redemption, releasing later this year. Resident Evil Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem. Fans say Resident Evil Requiem lived up to the hype and is easily among the top 3 games in the entire series. Why doesn't Grace Google Braille? Why doesn't Grace push buttons to figure it out? Leave Grace alone. If these don't show up in the DLC, I'm refunding the game. The girl. Me who has seen what is in the Beneviento basement. Everyone. She's that classmate who claims she's going to fail and then scores a 98. I have to tell you something. What? I culled somebody once. Me too. April 1st, September 30th, 1998. You want to play it again? Resident Evil Requiem. You remember Under the Hospital part. I could fix her, but whatever the pack is wrong with her is honestly way hotter. I didn't hit any vitals. I didn't hit anything. Me who canceled my pre-order because I was broke. Everyone playing Requiem. Hold it tight, okay? Suit, sure. I'm sure I'll run into him at some point. RE7 model. Leon married Ada. I bet it is Claire. Could it be Hunnigan? You guys actually care? Her fears were many, but her courage was stronger. Through storms of fear and doubt, Grave proves that resilience is the bravest form of strength. That first monster section sure was scary, huh, player? Here, let's use my flashlight now. You've had a flashlight this whole time? I've been told lies. Lowell the Ghost Grudge is not as powerful as the Requiem. After you get all the fixed figures, you get 3 upgrades, and that make Requiem more powerful. Don't waste the 1000 CP. Hello Wolf from Sekiro. Shadows die twice. L1. Hello, Leon from Resident Evil Requiem. L1. Not very super if you ask me. Just saying. Bro realized he's not fighting the same rookie cop anymore. Resident Evil Requiem. Uncle Chris someday. 67-year-old Ashley replacing Leon after the bad ending in Requiem. 999 billion missing calls from Chris Redfield. You're offered $250 million, but to claim it, you must enter the last video game you played and stay there for a full year. If you accept the deal, how's life there? Resident Evil Requiem. Story expansion now in development. We are planning to make extra story content. Resident Evil Requiem. Every man, woman, child, alien. Oh, hell yeah. When I arrive at the party and the Latina goth baddies aren't there, like my friend said, your research was wrong. 1998, 21 years old, 12 years old, 2013, 36 years old, 27 years old, 2026, 49 years old, 40 years old. Okay, just stay calm, one step at a time. 2 hours later, I made it. That was the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. 10 seconds later, done. I need you to go investigate the site of your mother's mere deer, Grace. I don't know. That sounds pretty traumatic and insensitive. I want to talk to HR. Here it is, the game our team has been working hard on for the past many years. We truly hope you enjoy the new graphical technology, the characters, the story, and the many references we've included for fans. Player 69 is playing Resident Evil Requiem. Playtime, 3 hours. Next, please. Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction. Playing as Grace, playing as Leon. So when do we get to be in an RE Engine game that isn't a remake? Capcom, that's the neat part. You don't. People gripe at Grace's boss for sending her alone to a creepy abandoned hotel with just one gun with just 6 bullets in it. But the in-game description says Grace bought the gun herself with her fist paycheck, so he actually sent her alone with no defense. The real villain of Resident Evil Requiem is that nutjob who sent Grace to investigate the hotel all by herself. Real villains in RE Requiem, the girl, Dr. Victor Gideon, Grace's boss. You are a zombie in Resident Evil 9, and you hear a middle-aged guy making bad jokes in the hallway. Playing as Grace, playing as Leon. Resident Evil Requiem, 2026 9.5. Resident Evil 4, 2005, 9.1. RE4 Remake 2023, 8.9. RE Remake 2002, 8.9. RE2 Remake 2019, 8.8. News. Modders added GTA's CJ into Resident Evil Requiem within days, and players can't stop laughing. Start RE9. Leon saves Grace. Pulls out Requiem. Puts 4 rounds in Monster's head. Blows its head off. Gives Grace Requiem. Monsters comes back. Grace can only stun it with headshots. Did Leon set the handgun to misogyny before he handed it to Grace? Umbrella was charging people $14 million for them to be able to use liquors as bioweapons. Not like an army of them or something, one liquor. Individually, was the bioweapon industry all just one big grift? How much do you think military hardware costs? If anything, considering how packing useless liquors, are this a complete scam? Fun fact, Lady Dimitrescu's Ace has more polygons than the entirety of Resident Evil 1. Capcom, alright, let's make sure the fans won't want to pack the monsters this time around. Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 9. I've never played a Resident Evil game, and don't intend to, but I still just cannot stop thinking about stupid man thing I'm packing ballin' tweet. Stupid man thing I'm packing ballin'. The Resident Evil RE verse servers have permanently closed. The game had a 24-hour peak of 86 players on its final day. Resident Evil characters pack up like this and head out to fight incomprehensible nightmares for 4 days. Now that the new Resident Evil protagonist is female, what will this mean for Chris and his never-ending quest to continue his bloodline? Leon, please. My sister's ovaries are drying up. She owns at least 3 cats. One of them is named Albert Whiskers. Please, Leon, you need to pack my sister. Continue the Redfield bloodline. It's just been revoked. Leon, he didn't really set you up for that lethal weapon line. It doesn't really work here. Oh, I'll have what she's having. That's better. Every RE game, some guy turns himself into a horrific monster to cull the heroes. What is their plan if they win? Be a giant monster thing forever? I'll say this now before my trailer breakdown. Leon is the main character of RE Requiem. You won't fully see him for a bit, though he is in the trailer. But in the final game, you play for more as Leon than Grace. Become more obvious as marketing continues into the final game. Real life game. Go stand in the corner and think about what you have done to ram pricing. Play as Grace. Play as Leon. Leon's weapons, Grace's weapons. Resident Evil Requiem looks amazing. Resident Evil 4 no longer sexualizing. Its women is a good thing. Leon has definitely still got it, as Resident Evil Requiem fans are already going feral over his biceps. Adjust the TV settings. We need a lot of natural light, and even more light. No, I can finally play. Resident Evil Requiem, 13 hours of play for $70. Hollow Knight Silksong, 70 hours of play for $13. The problem with Resident Evil Requiem is that none of the main characters are black. I want representation. Wait for RE5 Remake. You will have as many black people as you want. No $70 games, no battle passes, no bloated open worlds, no microtransactions, no $20 to $100 skins, just art. I am the danger. Chuckles, I'm in danger. This some dumb sheet that would be blocking your way in Resident Evil. Every Resident Evil scientist memo. Page 1. L crossbred a silverback gorilla with a praying mantis, then gave it AK-47s for arms. Bob has been poking it with a stick nonstop for 80 hours now. Hopefully, it doesn't escape. Page 2. It escaped. Resident Evil. So we just created this horrifying, unkillable monstrosity. It escaped. Yes, sir. You doing dishes, love? Me explaining my sad love life, like the professional storyteller that I think I am, to a woman who probably doesn't care. Gamer when choosing. Release the Elpis in Resident Evil Requiem. Me. I promise I won't start serving. 3 drinks later. I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me. No, 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 this can't be happening. Seems like your efforts were all for nothing. When someone is so hateful, it inspires you to be kinder. When someone is so kind, it actually disgusts you. My mom is calling. Hi, Mom. Come on, guys, stop. He's trying to talk to his mom. Loud, fake, sexual noises. Everyone shut the pack up. Is sleep. Gets really close to the phone. Tell her I say hi. Leon sees a clicker. Leon, you don't seem like a fun guy. Proceeds to suplex. Leon, but maybe you're starting to grow on me. Leon gets stuck in The Last of Us. Is he surviving? Leon parries a tailed beast bomb. Well, guess he's Russ and gone. Parries Ride the Lightning with a kitchen knife and kicks the head clean off Kai Kiski. Hey, don't treat me like I'm the sole bad guy here. Leon versus the Guilty Gear universe. How I imagine Leon would handle Makima's control. Your abilities are impressive, Mr. Kennedy. You'll serve as an exemplary dog for me. Bad news, boss lady. I'm overqualified. Leon, after perfect parrying a Kamehameha with a Home Depot axe and roundhouse kicking cell. I guess there was nothing perfect about those cells. Mr. X, I can open the doors. Nemesis, what is a door? The strongest of today, huh? You won't be the strongest of tomorrow, that's for sure. Sorry, Dino, but we don't need another crisis. Backflips. Bark, 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 bark. Hello, Birkin. Bark, 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 fog, goat, bark, bark. Pardon? Cuteness overload. I am 27 years old. Leon Kennedy facing off against Darkseid. Y'all think the anti-life equation was anti-your life. Pirouette. Sephiroth, are you sure you want to oppose me? It'll be your demise. Leon, Sephiroth, I'll make sure it's your Final Fantasy. Stand back, Ashley. This resident is getting evil. It's over, Leon. I have the high ground. You underestimate my knife's power. Leon gets transported to the JJK universe. King of curses, huh? Bet you're easy to dethrone. Kicks him. Sorry. Guess you're not finger-licking good. What the hell could Jason even do? Leon Kennedy versus Jason Voorhees. Sorry, never been a big hockey guy, Leon says as he parries and roundhouse kicks Jason for the third consecutive time. When you know that's some quality wine right there, some good old family wine. Jill Valentine, walking up to the zombie apocalypse on September 28th. Nemesis, waiting to kill stars. Unce has been hitting the same pose for over 20 years. Me suddenly remembering the snatched waist and bare titties Chris has in Re 5. 2 weeks old. She should start mewing, bro. This guy is secretly Leon's son, and Leon died, so he left his jacket to his son in his will. Resident Evil 9 will reportedly have a virus called the W virus, the woke virus. This game will star the following characters: Ada Woke, Chris Gayfield, Claire Sapphickfield, Jill Lesbian, Leon Kennedy. Lem the Eater of Worlds. Well, as long as some children let you, right? That's not even what actually happened. Safe room, Mr. X, let me in. Let me in. When you overhear someone from the group behind you mention Fortnite. Here's to Capcom, who made the Re 2 remake 17 years after the remake. It's a secret government website. That's stupid. You can't pull up a secret government website from the internet. They're secret. But I found it. Everything on it's hidden. And the name server goes back to Stone Umbrella. That's some Resident Evil movie bullshit. Umbrella Corp is Resident Evil movie bullshit. Stone Umbrella is secret government sheet. Goes to Spain meets Dr. Salvador. Me, no like, calling Ray. A Mary Sue. Have you seen Alice in Resident Evil films? I don't always shoot zombies in Resident Evil 1. But when I do, I failed at it. Resident Evil Revelations, 2 sacks. I don't give a sheet what you say. All their games are awesome. Resident Evil, The Final Chapter, a film by Paul W.S. Anderson. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why do you persist? Rebecca is love. Rebecca is life. Creating an even scarier, disgusting mutant monster to fight for Resident Evil 8. Capcom, give the players a super hot, tall vampire lady as an enemy. Capcom, the curse of the video game movie may never be broken. Resident Evil has 5 sequels. I'm the judge, jury, and executioner. Sometimes I must dirty my hands. Ada Wong and Helena Harper. I shipped them so hard. Why Chris? Because of Wesker lives on within me, and I must carry out his duty to save humanity. Study. Testing COVID-19. T cells instead of antibodies more accurately finds past infections. As if 2020 couldn't get any worse, we're about to have some Resident Evil sheet upon us. Yes, I am. Leon, loud, energetic, optimistic, nice. I'm going to take over the world. I got an army willing to do anything for me. Do you get your ideas from comic book villains? Robber in my house. Me. Welcome to the family, son. The evolution of Resident Evil. Resident Evil revamped survival horror. Around this point in time, Resident Evil was becoming more action than actual horror. Resident Evil 4 officially made the genre jump from survival horror to action. The perfect mixture of classic and modern Resident Evil style. Resident Evil 6 attempted way too much and got rushed out like a Call of Duty game, revamping survival horror once again. What's the difference between us? I actually got plenty of reasons to not care anymore. Lance Reddick as Albert Wesker, Resident Evil, The Forbidden West. Rebecca Chambers, good looks, brains, and a flair for killing things with fire. The world was better without Wesker, yet I always knew I was worse than him deep down. Good comedical, evil horror. Resident Evil Biohazard. No, I want true horror. Nikki. Much better. Playing Resident Evil 7 alone. Playing Resident Evil 7 with friends. Leon versus Kennedy was only a police officer for a day. Willamette Mall was unofficially shut down after a day. What's next? The worst fighter suddenly beats everyone. Just played Resident Evil. No more locked doors.